Evening all. And welcome to Friday night's GT1, courtesy of FTRL. Hello to the people in the chat already. Hit that like button. As we just prep ourselves for some GT1 action around St. Croix, the B layout. Waiting for qualifying to get underway for this second Ferrari endurance race of the season. Got a few returning faces for obvious boredom, Ross there being one of them, in what has got to be the most garish car I've ever seen. Be kinky on one side and so on. Too close to the barrier. Too sexy. Okay, that's... genuinely worrying that car livery is in the game. We've got Static showing up for the GT2 guys, I believe. Graham's here, Mikey's here, so Mikey's got some previous running from yesterday, covering for Beach. Hello Beach, by the way, I saw you in the chat. So he'll be hoping for a better lap one, that's for damn sure. Big John, with spangly blue wheels, is that's Jonesy. Finally decided to show up. Oh yes, and the other big story. Pagani makes his return, covering for Mr. Lee Cole. So should be interesting to see what he does after being away for quite some time. Rocking the obvious V8 supercar inspired livery. Shocker. Mr. Taylor's just joined the room. It's quite late. SDY has a different coloured Yamaha livery. Still got it, that's not the yellow and black one. See you in the chat, Zon. Sort out the yellow and black one. Not quite sure what we're waiting on. I know Biggles apparently is the host. Unless we're waiting for some late comers to show up. Yep, there we go, 60-second warning. Yellow and black one user. Yes, yellow and black one. That's like one of the main ones. Whoa. This stream going head to head with Bathurst. That's not a battle I'm going to win. That could be arranged. Well, arrange it. Alright, here we go. Oh, fuck it hell, it would show that. That one, wouldn't it? Ugh. Looks like Ross is the first one out, or is he? No? He won. Quite a few people actually. Who's at the front? Big as his host. Graham, that's Mikey. Straight out there. Yeah, Zom, you should have sorted Ross out, mate. Horrendous. But be interesting to see what Ross does today. I don't know how much practice he's got in with the Ferrari. Pagani, Panda. Rosé returns for another Friday. Sporting a different livery today. Had a good showing last week in his debut for FTRL. So I think he was looking pretty quick in some practice laps before qualifying started. So he does. Don't know if Jamesy got the memo that T. Smith is the only almost plain blue Ferrari allowed on the track. I see another Spotify code. Oh, here's Taylor Swift. Oh dear. Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay. Oh. Complimentary Milka look for Feber, because I know Feber loves that car. Always need to space out a little bit. What is going on? Ross and T. Smith having shenanigans with each other. Do you reckon someone in the 208s for pole? I'm sure T. Smith could probably manage it. Potentially M30 as well, but he's not here. If he was here, he might have been able to do it. Looks like these boys are spaced out a little bit now. T. Smith dropping back into a big amount of space for him, I'm saying. Through. Oh yeah, that's here as well. Oh, Andy's very far at the back. Oh dear. Possibly trying to make up time. We'll never know. Oh, there it is. 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 Oh well. At least it didn't happen in the race this time, Mikey. But yeah, sorry mate, I caught that straight away. Feel bad. Classic Mikey. Yeah. Oh, Ross smacking the Blanco there. Mikey's now going to get that one with it. Everybody. Oh dear. Oh Mikey. Oh Mikey. Oh Mikey. The Ferrari just does not get going, so he's having to wait. I think you clear, Mikey. You're all good. We'll just keep an eye on Biggles, as he will be the first to cross the line on the first qualifying lap. Saw a few guys coming yesterday for a change of tyres, try and burn off the fuel. Worked out for me quite nicely. Shout out to Zom for letting me through at the start of qualifying. Oh, Biggles a little wide there. Don't know if that will impact his time too much, but he just needs to get a banker lap in. 2:10.5. Not too bad. Graham goes a little bit quicker. Take provisional pole. Now Ross. Inevitable T Smith coming soon. Duval provisional pole now. So already into the 2.9s. There we go. T Smith 209.7. Ron with the 209.8. SBY with a 209.9. Pagani with a 209.9 as well. Mr. Taylor's already pitted in. Rosé has gone into 8th. 210.4. Mikey's setting a new record. 241.6. Solid. Needs to get those numbers the other way around. Jonesy's pitted in early as well. Curious. Very interesting strats. Although he's got a penalty as well. Not great. Not great for him at all. T Smith, not significantly quicker than Rom. Pretty close between those two. And the same sort of gap between Pagani and Rom as well. So Pagani looking at to be a bit of a feature on the podium. Rom going quicker. Ooh, got him. Be careful of that though. Moving the car around. Look to be a little clean through there. I'll go through the sweeper. There's SBY into his time. He's down. With people already pitting in, I wonder if any of these guys are going to abandon this lap and opt to come in and pit. There is a slight gap between the field that someone could maybe slot into, since they won't be fueling unless they're an idiot. Right there for SBY. Duval's coming in, Ross coming in, Graham's in. T Smith, Ron, Pagani as well. Yeah, all these boys have decided to scrub that lap and come out. Ross has decided to come out and just stop. I don't think there was a car next to him, so I don't know what he's doing there unless he's waiting for someone. Just showing at 80 miles an hour. Odd. Static improves his time. Into the pits, Mikey into the pits. Started with a 2:14. Currently showing 12th. Mikey needs to get a wiggle on here. Looks like he's doing a me. Every lap of qualifying a bit shoddy until the last. Aaron yet to set a time, as same with Jonesy. Going slow, maybe looking for a space. Pagani also going slow, letting people through. Sensing some shenanigans here. Ross has found his speedy pedal, it seems. Some outlet for Graham. Oh, Biggles, what are you doing on those tyres, sir? So Biggles deciding that not pitting is the strategy he's going to do. Don't think that worked for someone yesterday. Who was it yesterday? I can't even remember. It's a bold strategy. Aaron goes 11th. He will get another lap. This will be his final lap. I don't think Biggles has called this correctly. Static went for hards last night. I just don't think he changed tyres, but you know, it's fine. Just run around, burn off some fuel and come in for the softs, but yeah. It was a bit of an error. Mikey on his one-timed lap, tempted to keep an eye on him, but I don't want to pressurise him. I'm getting very close to that barrier. A run, more like B run. I think it was Nobby who tried to go back to that. Yeah. It was definitely someone. Oh, Ron's gone purple. Must have gone wrong. Must have not get held up by static here. I think he might be alright. Might get a bit of benefit of toe actually. See where they get on the... Yeah. Purple for Pagani as well. I think we got lucky with catching static there on the straight. Graham improves his time. Also high blue flag. Oh, Senor Duval's gone provisional pole. Ross up to 5th. T. Smith is not showing purple at the moment. Ooh, very sideways through the S's. Rosé up into 3rd. Solid. Like he set to 210, so he's up into 8th at the moment. What can T. Smith do? There we go. T. Smith reclaims provisional pole. Andy up into 3rd. That's a great lap at the end there. I think Pagani didn't manage to benefit on the end there. So there we go. T. Smith reclaims the pole from the other Tom. Pole with that drift, yeah, that was you got lucky there because that gap is barely anything. Any more of a wiggle and Duval would be on pole. Andy with a great lap at the end there to go 3rd. Rosé with a solid 4th on the grid as well. Rom surprisingly down in 5th. Pagani in 6th. Not bad, not bad. Ross in 7th. SBY 8th. Mikey manages to put in a decent timed lap at the end there on his last lap to go 9th. Panda in 10th. Graham 11th. Biggles in 12th. Jonesy 13th. Aaron in 14th. And Static for the GT2 boys in 15th. Imagine Mikey faster than Aaron. Come on now. Hi Aaron. 60-second warning. Biggles wasting no time. Wash driver. Well, so long as Mikey can get it round for the first lap, we're all good. What do we got here? Looks like front two are going to be on mediums. Handy on soft, then medium soft, hard. Ding ding ding. Alright, here we go. Not sure who's going to be best to watch, so yeah. Medium for T. Smith, medium for Duval, soft for Andy, medium for Rosé, soft for Ron, hard for Pagani. Interesting choice, since that didn't work for me yesterday. Medium for Ross, SB1 on hard, Mikey on hard. Oh god, static at the back of there, an issue. Panda on hard, that's the top 10 for tyres. I'll go through the others soon enough. If there's any action into turn 1, looks like Andy having a look at the back of Duval already. Some tyre squealing going on. Pagani taking a big curb there. Andy already having a look and going up into second. Soft tyres on that car. You want to get a hustle on straight away. Duval is already going to have to start defending from Rosé. There's two on the same tyres. T. Smith already starting to check out. Down the hill they come to the bridge. First lap. Oh, Duval very wide there with the wiggle. Rosé covering off Ron, but I think they're both going to go through on Duval. Yeah, got Ron giving a bit of a push maybe. Pulls out, goes to the inside. Sends it on through. A little bit of a nudge there, I think. Rosé now defending from Duval, but here comes Pagani on the inside as well. That's right there with them as well. SBY, a little bit of gap between those two. Panda has got Graham challenging. Mikey's made it through half a lap. Got Aaron all over the back of him. Through goes Graham there. Up ahead. The battle continues. Oh, Pagani's out wide. That's not going to do those hard tyres much help for grip. SBY has caught these guys in double quick time. Through the final corner they come. Finish the lap. Ooh, was that Panda? Very wide at the back there. Oh no. Mikey has dropped back a little bit. So something's happened, but not to the degree of yesterday. So, yeah. To the front. T. Smith, as we saw on the mediums. Andy on the soft tyres, giving chase. Then we have Ron on the softs. Rosé on the mediums. Duval in 5th. We got back a little bit on mediums. Pagani on the hards. Ross on mediums. SBY also on hards. He's done well. He's doing well catch up. Ooh, Graham very deep there. He's on medium tyres. A bit wide. Avoids the barrier. Aaron is on mediums. Panda is on hards. Biggles on hards, Mikey on hards, Jonesy on mediums, and Static on hards. So gap between Andy and T. Smith, 1.1 seconds. Ron's got a bit of breathing room. So Pagani up into 6th. Good job so far on the hard tyres. Benefited from the clear weather that they seem to be having tonight, whereas yesterday it was cloudy. feel like SBY wants to have a go at Ross with those hard times. Having a good run. Everybody going purple. I'm just dawdling on Aaron's car for Phoebe's benefit. So, Nike 3.5 behind Panda, so a little bit of work for these guys, but Mikey and Biggles on the hards. Changing these to get those medium switched on. Ross has made it past Pagani. Rude. There we go. Nice and clean. This time by. SB1 still ahead of Graham. Graham's on the look. Graham going defensive. Aaron swoops across the front. Nicely done. Locks in on SBY straight away. I would hit the barrier if I was in that position. Yeah, backed out a little bit, but it'll have the slip. Graham will have a double slip. Try and follow Aaron through, I think. Through goes Aaron. Here comes Graham. Come on, punt Aaron off, please, says Bieber. Bieber? Phoebe? Through goes Graham. Although, SBY not wanting to give it up straight away. He will have to accept it on this this time by. Panda catching up. Mikey dropping back a little bit. 4.1 seconds now to get between those guys. Garni 1.3 behind Ross, dropping back on the hard tyres. Jay and Duval doing battle. Ooh. Tom sweeps across the front of Rosé. No fight back this time by. They're starting to catch them. Is gaining as well on Andy. Andy not having the best of laps last lap, despite being on the soft tyres. 211.1 versus a 210 for Rob on softs. So we're almost dipping into the 9s for them. .1 best lap for T. Smith, so I don't think he'll have to worry. These guys will wear out their tyres before T. Smith will have to worry about them. But I'm starting to put a little bit of gap between him and Rosé. That's now 2.3 ahead of Pagani, who is being caught by Aaron. Many car lengths between him and SBY. Panda's got by Graham. Ooh. Panda looking to switch it on SBY, but SBY defends it well. Panda will have to cover off Graham. Ooh, Panda. I was going to say, SBY's got a good traction through those S's on those hard tyres. Especially with Graham's. Oh, Graham. Panda. And I painted on the hards as well. That might be the dirty air affecting the other cars. So we're up to 12. Had a Mikey there. Biggles. What's his lap times been like? 2:16, 2:19, 2:13. So Biggles' lap times all over the place at the moment. Whereas others on the hards are a bit more stable. Mikey's starting to lock in. Hey, people watching the stream, hello, welcome, thank you for joining us. These three have got clear day between them a little bit now. Must be why we'll have to fend off a Graham at some point. Aaron over catching Pagani. Go ahead. Ross clattering the Armco again, but looking to insert himself into the battle for fourth. And he has indeed dropped behind Ron. 2:10.8 last lap for Andy, so it's still going reasonably well on those soft tyres that are starting to look extremely warm. Same for Ron. Andy a little better in the fuel states. T. Smith has got a 3.5 second lead. So we'll have a token look at the race leader, as he takes quite a lot of sand there, I think, and quite a lot of grass. Through onto the start finish straight. Oh gosh, he's already catching static. 2:10.3 for T. Smith. 2:11.4 for Ron. And what, 2:13 for Andy. So Andy having a bit of a bad lap there. Aaron's got by Pagani. Dang it. I think he's going to do that quickly. Gosh. Here we go. Battle resumes between SBY and Graham. Graham having a look. Tries to cut tight for exit. SB1 gets a better drive. Opens up the steering. Up the crest they go, and down the hill they come. Keep looking like Graham's sending it when he comes down the bridge. Everybody quite spaced out at the moment for this field. And Mike is still keeping in touch with Jonesy. Medium and hard tyres between those two. And there we go. Graham with another look. Has a look to the outside. He's going to look for that cut back. Needs to time it right. SPY takes the curb. Manages to get the drive and he'll be able to defend again. These two having a solid little battle. And there's the critical point, double apex. Go for them nice and clean. But here comes Panda again. Rom and Andy have opted to pit. Been off their soft tyres at the end of lap 6, which tracks. Oh, Panda hitting the barrier again. Barrier? Wall. Loses a little bit of time. That allows Graham to focus on SBY again. Gets the move done before turn 1, it looks like. SBY not giving it up. Will not give this up. Looks like here comes Panda again. So Graham managing to stay ahead this time. Panda's got better drive out of that corner. SBY I think had a bit of a wiggle. defend from Panda. Graham's been released, a few car lengths now between him and SBY. Onto the bridge they come, wiggling as they go, they're all good. Looks like Aaron's car had ghosted though. Ooh, Ross getting out of shape. And so saying Graham is fuel saving like a madman. Well, is it? Graham? Right. Yeah, he's doing well. Although Pagani's better off than Pagani's on hard tyres. So, here we go. Graham on Pagani. Through he goes. Pagani can come back at him. Yeah. Nosing alongside a little bit, but we'll have the outside run. Over between them. Panda again very close to that barrier coming out of the S's. He does come out and start finish straight. SBY's binning off the hards after 7 laps. Interesting. Opting to not go for the longer stint on the hard tyres. Will that prompt any of the other hard tyre runners to come in? I do not know. I'll have to check. So Ross up to 4th, Jose 3rd, Duval 2nd. 1.5 seconds behind T. Smith. Let's quickly have a look where. So Andy in 12th, Rom in 11th. Andy's gone on to mediums. Rom's decided to go hards. So the pair of them running different strategies. Not far from the back of Mikey, who's dropped off the back of Jonesy a little bit now. Jonesy putting the mediums to work. These three just doing their thing. Ooh, little wiggly for Graham. Camping on in the background. Let's just have a look. Aaron's been making decent progress through the field, but his fuel is one of the worst at this point in time for the people that haven't pitted. 2.8 seconds behind Ross. Again, not sure how much practice Ross has had in these Ferraris, but he looks to be looks to have taken to it reasonably well. These two pretty similar on tyre wear and fuel. Smith goes through turn 1 as Duval is just approaching the line. Yeah, everybody kind of split at the moment. Oh, Mikey's bidding off his hards. Ooh, Andy hitting the wall there. One. So that must be why I went on a soft after binning off his hards. Looking to maybe do some leapfrogging. Big Wheels has gone onto the medium tyre. Comes out just ahead of Mikey. Fuel indicator light showing for T. Smith at this time. Lap 9. Tyre wear on the medium looking pretty good. So he's going to be running to fuel. Ross also at that point where the fuel indicator is showing. Same for Aaron. I'm assuming Aaron's going to be in this lap. The guy snorts it, clearly. These three, Panda is significantly worse off on fuel than Graham and Pagani. So, T-Smith pits. Ross also pits, Aaron's gonna pit. Graham, Pagani and Panda. Ooh. Pretty sure Panda was deciding to come in there, Aaron with no fuel in the tank. Graham ran a little wide there. All good so far. Front Rosé still keeping Devon in check. Devon now coming up to static and giving him a little flash of the lights. Hopefully static will back out a little bit. I think he has, but he needs to make sure he doesn't hold up Rosé as well. Well on static, get out of the way there. And Pagani, closer than they were. Got the pair of them with the fuel lights on. Thought we had skidding, no, they're all good. Crazy up in a 5th. T-Smith resumes in 6th for his hard tyre stint. 7 seconds ahead of Andy, who has got by Rom. Andy on the mediums, Rom on the hards. Rom also with less fuel again, in fact too small. I'm assuming he filled up to max. Looking at that fuel gauge. Assuming the same for Ross, he's also out on the hard tyres. Aaron has decided to go softs for this stint. That could be a solid choice considering that he's got SBY behind him now. He also went onto softs. Tom and Rosé pit from the front. Panda's come out onto the medium tyre. Graham pits as well. Assuming Pagani will also dive in. Yeah, Frenzy and Pagani dive into the pits. Once again, T-Smith resumes the lead of this race with Andy in 2nd, Rom in 3rd. Deval and Rosé put in the same amount of fuel. They come out, resume position 3rd, 4th and 5th. Oh, Ross has got a penalty somehow. I would assume that will be around the S's. Seem to be under attack from Aaron, and no doubt SBY in short order after that. Oh, Aaron already having a look. I don't think he was ready for that. I don't think he was ready for Ross doing what Ross was doing. Down on the bridge they come. Get a good entry and exit. Ross has a wiggle. Aaron's got the run. Through goes Aaron. We'll turn across. In fact, Ross is. Yeah. SBY didn't have that much pace on Ross, did he? I think Ross might have let him go. Not Not to battle too hard on these hard tyres. On his own stint, Pagani has come out in 9th, onto the medium tyres for him. For the Panda, Graham's come out on the hard tyres. Jonesy also has opted to go for the hard tyres on the second stint. Biggles now with some people in his view, putting in work. Mikey there has come out on the mediums. He too is now looking at people. So, positions to be had. And there's Static showing out for GT2. A group of his own. 3 distinct groups on this track at the moment. Let's have a look. Solid low 211s for Andy. 211s, 213s for T. Smith on the hards. So, see if Andy can take the lead of this race in this stint before he has to change tyres again. One with some nice consistent lap times there. Jesus. No messing around. Duval's got a bit more breathing room to Rosé. A bit of a scruffy lap there, 2:14 on lap 11 for Rosé versus 2:13 for Duval. Oh, what's going on around here? The Panda's had has clattered something because many cars seem to have gotten around him through those Biggles as well. Panda's going to fight back. Jonesy and Graham are going to go at it. Christ, everyone's got a blue Ferrari in this field. What's going on? 2. Mikey at the back of this little pack as well, so he's getting mixed up. 5 cars on screen and 4 of them are blue. Jonesy defends from Graham, Biggles defends from Panda. Mikey's right there. Mikey wants some. Panda mediums, Mikey mediums, Biggles mediums, Graham hard, Jonesy hard. Okay, so we've got some altering tyre strategies here. Jonesy's pulling away a bit. Graham struggling to get the tyre temperature, I'm assuming. A bit wide again, Panda with a slide. Biggles will be in the slipstream. Chasing. Not going to be close enough to make a move. Graham went a little defensive. Panda right up onto the back of Biggles as well. Panda seems to be really good through turn 1. There we go. Good stuff right here. There we go to the bridge. And a little wider. Avoids the barrier. There we go. Biggles wants to make a move, but it looks like Panda might stop him. Oh god, no, they switch positions on which side of the track they want to be. Graham's the cork of this medium shod battle. Oh no! Jonesy's clattered the barrier coming out of the sweeper. And all that work to gain that gap has just been undone, just like that. 3 wide? Are we doing it? Are we doing it, boys? We're doing it. Oh, Biggles is the black coloured sandwich. Graham a little wide there, catches a bit of gravel, that might slow him down a bit. Thought Biggles was through on the outside of Jonesy there, but no, Jonesy manages to defend it still. Nice tight line for Jonesy, little wiggle, stays ahead. Panda's still there. So many different racing lines going on here. Ooh, Graham, very close to the wall again. Mikey's right on him. Does good stuff. Like the Mazdas from last week. It's just something's happening constantly between these five. Bit wide for Biggles. Panda's gonna have a run. Jonesy building his gap up again. Anyone making a move? Ooh, Mikey having a look at Graham. Maybe a tarp, Graham. Blanket might be a bit too small. But Biggles has fended off Panda. Going after Jonesy. Mikey not close enough to Graham to put on a move at the end of this bridge. Neither of the three ahead of them will do anything. Graham has a look at the inside. Ooh, washes that wide. It's the barrier. Jonesy defending from Biggles. Biggles looking at the outside. Trying to cut back. Trying to get on the straight. Get better drive out the straight. But it looks like Panda's got the drive. Good lord. Panda nosing ahead. Got the inside line. Through he goes. Cuts in front of Biggles. Here we go. Again. No, not this time. Biggles can't challenge this time through the S's. We'll come through clean this time. Panda stays away from that barrier for the most part. All good. Bit of gap between them now. Panda having a solid run through that last corner. Around the back of Jonesy now. Mediums versus hards. Nosing ahead. Into turn one they go. Ooh, Jonesy, I think he had a little bit of a slide. Can't get the traction down where he wants to. Through goes Panda, quickly checking in front. Not much change going on there, but Rom's being caught by Duval, and he's not caught up with T. Smith. Big slide there for Jonesy coming onto the bridge. Did Graham hit the barrier in the background there? I think so, because Mikey's got to run. Graham slots in. Oh, Mikey, keep it, Mikey! Save it, boy! And that's that hard work undone with a slide. Oh, but Graham's hit the wall again. Oh, Mike has to go all the way to the inside barrier to avoid contact and get back past Graham. Nice little return gift there for Mikey. That little tussle has cost him 1.8 seconds behind Biggles. Mikey, keep it in check. And Biggles dropped off from Panda and Jonesy. We've got some more people now coming into the pits. SBY and Rom. Into 7th goes Ross. Here's catching Duval? Maybe just slightly. Andy probably soon to pit from his medium tyres. Putting more fuel for a soft stint than I thought he would. Good serving run, come the next pit stop. Panzer Jonesy Biggles, stay in formation. Mikey's still ahead of Graham. Very wide. So these guys have all chilled out a little bit. Rom's come out behind them. Now onto a medium tyre for Rom. 5 seconds off the back of that battle that was going on previous. SPY has fully fueled onto the medium tyre. Rom about the same on fuel. Static continues to lap. Static shock. Here we go. T. Smith goes around for another lap and he's pitting. Duval and Rosé will continue. And there you go. Aaron's dipping in. Barney continues on. Andy slots into the Panda Jonesy shenanigans. Two guys at hard tyres, just over 3/4 of a tank. So we'll see what Andy can do from there. Mikey is catching Biggles. Would love to see it. Biggles with the fuel light on. Mikey a little better. Pair of them both on medium tyres. Graham's dropped off the back a little bit. He's on hards. Ooh, God. God. Both Biggles and Mikey going wide there. Ever so close now. Needs to keep it tidy through here. Has a little wiggle. Just needs to stay with Biggles. Can maybe get him on this next straight coming up. Through sweeper they go. Nice tight line from Mikey. Gets on the power. Great little run out of that corner. He's catching Biggles. Here we go. Through goes Mikey. Well set up there. Covers off the corner. Looks like he's managed to get that one done. Jonesy now on hot hard tyres versus Andy with cold hard tyres. Ooh, coming out the F's. He scrapes the wall. He's going to hope to get those hard tyres into an operating temperature as quick as he can. Can't afford to lose time in battles with Jonesy at the moment. He's looking for a podium. I saw Biggles dip into the pits previous. Just a moment ago, Panda goes through turn 1. Tyres squealing from what I heard. Duval and Rosé look to have pitted at the same time again. Ross low on fuel, he'll probably be in at the end of this lap. T. Smith Also looking at a possible pit stop at the end of this lap. Going well at the moment. Nice consistent lap times there. In the mediums. I wonder if he's I feel like he can go faster on the mediums. Maybe looking to save some fuel. So yeah, Biggles onto the medium tyre for him now. Full tank of fuel. SBY on mediums versus Aaron on hards. Soon to be a battle there, I think. Both of these two recently pitting. Through the sweeper they come. Nice tight lines. Yeah, T. Smith pits. And I think grazing the barrier on the exit there. But not enough to significantly impact his gap to SBY. Draft not particularly effective in these Ferraris at times, it seems. A little squirrely, needs to get those hard tyres into an operating temperature quick as. Ross also pits. So, T. Smith onto the medium tyre, full tank of gas for him. Oh, SBY's coming. Mikey into the pits, Jonesy into the pits. SBY is not going to be close enough to have a go at turn 1 unless he sends it. Pulls out to have a look, but nothing going on at this point. Unsafe says push him. You might get your wish. He's alongside. Unsettles Aaron's car a bit there, I think. So far well defended by Aaron. Duval and Rosé up ahead from their pit stops in 7th and 8th. Just see how these guys enter the bridge. With a great little run through there. Surely he's going to have a go at the end of the bridge. Right in the slipstream, pulls out. And through goes SBY. Can I have a little go back? Don't think he can. Compromised him for the straight. SBY pulls to the inside straight away, trying to break any kind of a toe. I don't think Aaron's going to have enough to make a move. So Rosé up ahead on the mediums, Duval on mediums, Andy on hards. Bilali pits from the lead. Graham soon to come to the pits as well. Rom up now into 4th. Tyres for him. Panda's going to have to dive in. Yeah, that fuel was looking critical. And T. Smith resumes the lead. Shocker. So Ron on the mediums, Andy on the hards. These two have swapped positions since the pit stops. Duval right there as well on the medium, so Duval bringing himself into play for the podium positions. So dropping off a little bit. The two yellow Ferraris will do battle. I've got to believe this is going to go to Duval in pretty short order, being on the quicker tyre. Already alongside. Oh, they have a scrape. Oh, it's a bit spicy. Pair of them keep from spinning, but I don't know. Was there a bit more into those moves than should have been? We'll have to find out from the stewards. Racing's been pretty clean recently in recent weeks. There's been a significant lack of reporting going on. Everybody keeping it nice and clean for the most part. That I think was just hard racing, in my humble opinion. But brought Rosie. Oh no, Andy's cleared the barrier. I was going to say it's brought Rosie into play. Rose into play, and would have had a run on Andy down this straight, but for Andy clattering the barrier and Rose getting into the back of him a bit. See the scrapes on Andy's car there. So Andy, even with a lessened fuel load, not enjoying these hard tyres one little bit. There we go. Rose looking at the outside. Medium tyres on that car. The inside for this section of the S's. I think he backs out of it a little bit. Probably a wise move. Andy looking totally ballistic. Not got a handle on those hard tyres yet. So Jose chasing down that gap, coming down very quick on this start finish straight. Will he have a look into turn one? It's close enough, I think. Yeah, pulls out. Should have superior traction. Very tight to the AstroTurf there. Through he goes. Andy edging back though. Runs a very wide line. So into turn, into the left-hander, can't make anything happen to reaffirm his fourth position. So Rose up into fourth now. Andy fifth. Pagani doing a solid job. Sixth position. SBY in seventh. Gosh, what's happened to Ross? 1.5 second pen, down in 10th. Oh dear. Medium tyres. It's going to bring Panda and Graham to him, I think. We're on softs for this part of the race, as is Graham now. Biggles on the mediums, Mikey also on the mediums. Looks like T. Smith has put Static another lap down. 3.6 between Ron and Devon. 2.5 between Devon and Rose. Right, with that. Oh dear. Andy still not getting the grip out of those tyres that he wants. He a little bit hazy. If the weather changing, looks like it's clouding over a little bit. Might cool the track down. Going with a 210. Setting new personal bests for himself. Definitely a little more cloud, a little haze. Going on battle-wise, I think the closest guys are Mikey and Biggles at the moment. Arrows together pretty much. So Ross, yeah, has served his penalty and has fallen behind Graham and Panda. Medium tyres for Ross, softs and softs for Panda and Graham. So he should pull away from Ross. So whatever's happened to Ross on that lap has kind of thrown his race a little bit in the bin there. Like he dropped it back a little bit from Biggles. Wind last night was crazy. I didn't even look at the wind unsafe, to be quite honest. I never even paid attention to it. But if that's true, what you're saying, that it was changing your braking point every second lap, then it certainly explains why I couldn't get my tyres to feel right throughout that entire flipping race. Anyway, here we go. Mikey's got to run on Biggles again. Woo, Biggles! Getting too much of the inside there. Almost spearing into the side of Mikey. Where have I seen that happen before? Oh yes, Dusty Fossil spearing into the side of my car at the same track in Porsches. But, you know, we don't talk about it. We let it go. So, Mikey up into 13th now. These two on the same tyres. Static getting out the way there, I think, for people. Good lad. Bloody love it if Panda and Graham do battle again, because it was epic a few laps before. A pair of them are on the same tyres, so it's all down to talent. Just having a wiggle on the back in the background there, running a bit wide. Big John on the back of Aaron. Soft tyres versus hard tyres. Aaron defending that line. Extreme left to the extreme right. Works out for him. Yeah, I didn't look at the wind either. So, not once. Never even thought about it. I think I was too annoyed. Ooh, we have a Pagani closing in on an Andy. I think maybe with the clouds, that's not worked out well for Andy at all. So the track means those hard tyres are going to cool. And Pagani will soon make a challenge for 5th. Zane Devol's gap is pretty static at the moment. It's holding. Somebody Roman Devol for the most part. We'll go Rom with a 212 on the medium tyre. Devol potentially could catch Rom. And he's probably going to pitch very short order. Fuel indicator light on that car is blaring. Sure Pagani won't wait though. He's got a quicker cut. Oh god. Latency? Lag? What was that? Needs to get a good run onto the bridge. Little slidey for Andy. Gap's coming down. Not by much. I don't think Pagani's going to have enough to make a move at the end of this bridge. No. Not this time by. I'll have to set something up through the sweeper. Good run through the sweeper from Andy. Extended the gap a little bit, but Pagani's right in the slipstream. Still don't think he'll have enough to actually make an overtake on track. Unless he throws something through the S's, undergoes a little defense. No. I don't even feel the need to go super defensive, really. Sticking to his racing line. Pagani might just wait until Andy dips in to the pits. Oh, Panda and Graham are going at it. So, what's happened there? Panda had a solid gap to Graham. Either someone's had a fantastic lap or someone's had a really bad lap. Andy dips in. Jonesy and Aaron still doing battle. Aaron's still fending off Jonesy. Jonesy's probably going to have to pit at the end of this one. Aaron will continue on. Yep. Panda stays ahead of Graham. Look at these lap times. 12.1 for Panda. 11.3 for Graham. So yeah, Graham having a significantly quicker lap, and through he goes, through into turn 1. Panda doesn't want to give it up though. In the back of him. Indicating right for Graham. Panda's better on fuel. Ross with another wiggle coming out of that left-hander. Medium tyres, so he's pushing hard. He's still ahead of Biggles. Sorry Biggles, but you'd love to see it. Just Mikey ahead of anyone. So Andy back out on track, full tank of fuel, medium tyres, looking to go to the end, I believe. Same potentially with Jonesy. Although he's fueled a little bit less. So can he make it all the way without having to brim the tank? We shall see. I feel like for Rom, he's held that gap to Duval nicely. 3.5 seconds. Duval still holding his gap to Rosé. With some clear air, clear track. Oh, not the best exit from the S's though. Pushing on hard. Yep, we're on pits. Here comes SPY. SPY will be into the pits, no doubt. Yep. Oh gosh, what's happened here again? All changes in the mid-pack. Also had a Panda now. Graham's going to dip in. Panda's dipping in. Ross continues on. So here we go. People looking to get into their final strap. Gosh, again, is that a bit lag on Ross's part? So Ron onto the medium tyre, out in 6th, Mikey in 7th, though he will probably have to pit again. He's got a decent gap to Biggles now. Biggles with a 2.14, so Biggles has had a wobble, and that's not going to help either. Running wide there. Oh, starting out the way on the side of the track. Probably for the best. Good idea to get out of the way. So Andy onto the medium tyres. .213 is the last lap. SPY has gone on to mediums for his final stint. Jonesy mediums. Yeah. 212. For his first quick lap. I wonder if that fuel can make it. Panda's out onto the mediums. Significantly ahead of Graham. So Aaron onto the mediums as well. Oh, run back Panda. Hanging it out loose. Coming off the bridge. Panda's got more fuel than Graham. Graham's significantly far back. Interesting. I feel like something might have happened to Graham. Check the lap times if I remember. Panda's already given chase to Jonesy. There's going to be blue card battles shortly. There's Mikey continuing around. Ross will have have to pit at the end of his lap. Then closing on Rosé. So Pagani, Rosé and Deval and T-Smith all on the same tyre. Roughly the same fuel. Pagani is looking better on fuel. Oh. T-Smith probably doesn't have to worry, but I think the final two steps of the podium are still to be decided. Gap between Pagani and Ross is 22 seconds. And between Ross and Ron is 4.5. So just pondering. Oh, that's not gone well for Ron either. He's going to lose probably a second from that. So curious to see where Deval, Rosé and Pagani come out compared to where Ron currently is. Ron was looking as a podium challenger today. And it hasn't really worked out for him so far. I think that hard tyre stint just not working out. Now under attack from SB White. Through goes SB White. A pair of them on medium tyres. T-Smith rejoins in third, it looks like. Onto soft tyres for him. He's going to be a quick boy. Watch the fastest lap tumble. Rosé and Ross pit. Okay, so Rosé not pitting at the same time as Deval this time. So, dead mediums for Deval. Thought we saw Pagani going very, very wide there. But yeah, dead mediums for Deval, and depending on what tyres Rosé comes out of, could be a bit of a skip. Deval not especially quick coming off the bridge there. Run now 30.9 seconds behind Deval, the leader. Rosé 32 seconds behind Deval onto the soft tyre. He needs to make these soft tyres work now. Fantastic outlap will do him wonders in hopping Deval. I think Deval might have been a little worse off on the fuel as well. So we'll have to hold for a bit longer for that. Pagani's going to be in at the end of this lap. Where he comes out compared to these guys. It's exciting. Quickly go back here. And the battle of the blue Ferraris. Big Joan still ahead of Panda. Medium tyres. Ross on the softs now. So he's going to be a quick boy. Aaron on mediums. Looking to get involved. Graham in the background there has faded away a little bit. So Deval and Pagani pit. T-Smith resumes the lead. Ross having a look at Panda. Through he goes. Ooh, gosh. Jonesy very squirrely coming off there. Has to go defensive on Ross now. Panda's looking to come back at Ross. He's on one side. Well, not this time, but the light's coming on, sun's going down. Good run for Panda through there, but not enough to get back onto the back of Ross. Big was in the pits as well. Graham hanging up to the grass. Ross is going to have a look into turn one, I think. There he goes. Very squirrely. Jonesy can come back at him. Through Jonesy goes. Panda might also get a run on Ross. Cuts in for a bit of slip. Oh, no. A little bit of rub in there. Puts Panda off kilter. And here comes Aaron. Aaron doesn't get the drive off of that left-hander. Graham's going to be watching this with interest, I think. Could he get involved while these guys battle? Croix will have to be careful though. Doesn't use up those soft tyres too harshly. Getting involved in battles. But we saw these guys, the way they were defending and attacking earlier. So that could be interesting. So let's have a look. Pagani's come out in 5th onto the soft tyres. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It is all for play. For the podium. Oh, Rom's gone wide. Was he assisted? Was Rom assisted out wide onto the gravel? That has killed his momentum. Duval in 2nd, Rosé right there. Has got returning Pagani right on his arse. Pagani will not settle for 4th. If I know Pagani, he's not going to settle for 4th at all. Lights are on. 2:10 for Rosé. Where are we at? 2:11 for Pagani. 2:12 for Duval. So it's got the popcorn at the ready. That's a great shout. I wish I had some right now. Oh, here we go. Pagani looking at the outside. Still looking at the outside. Little wiggle for Rosé. Can't get the traction down. Pagani slots in. Blue sector for Rosé. Pagani having a look down the hill. Oh my god. I thought there was going to be a coming together there. I thought he was still alongside. This is allowing Duval to run away. Pagani gets a good little run onto the bridge. Rosé not defending as hard as I thought he might want to. So through goes Pagani. He gives it a little park on the apex. So Pagani into 3rd and will now chase down Duval. I think the win has sailed with a 19.6 second gap for T. Smith. Hand him the trophy now. It's all over. It might as well be. It's ridiculous. It's just dominating each race. Madness. So let's see, can Pagani catch Duval? Can Rosé make anything else to get a podium? Can Rom re-feature into this little battle after that slight off? We've had to clean up his tyres a bit. SBY in 6th. He's all by himself. Andy. Ooh, not the best line, Andy. Hasn't worked out for him. He's got himself a penalty as well. It's unravelled for Andy, unfortunately, after looking strong at the start of the race. Sitting in 7th at the moment. Ross has got ahead of the group and he's breaking away. Aaron up into 9th ahead of Panda. Graham and Jonesy still at it for 11th. It's not even the final place of the top 10, but they're still going hard at it. Jonesy all over the back of Graham now. Graham goes a little defensive. Comes back to take a wider entry line. Jonesy very much across the... Ooh, Graham. Look who's there. Mikey's right there, in case anything happens. Biggles has fallen away. It's unfortunate for him. Looking good at the beginning of the race. Static still going. Top man, good lad. The gap between Pagani and Duval now under a second. Pagani and Rosé to 1.4. Pagani set in purple sectors. 209.3 the last lap for him. Biggles with a 209.07. When did he set that? Last lap, so Biggles with pace. He's just too far back, I think. Down to 6/10. More purple sectors for Pagani. Not just going to settle for the bottom step of the podium, he wants second. Oh, the pair of them very wide coming onto the start-finish straight. It's hurt Pagani more than it's hurt Duval. There we go, there's the 208 that you wanted. Unsafe, was it you? Where's Tom out on his times? 209s. So, I don't know. I think if T. Smith wanted the fastest lap, I think his tyres might be a bit too gone for it now. Was a bit wide there in the background. 7/10 between Pagani and Duval. The gap's gone up a bit. We'll just quickly head back, see where the boys are in the blue cars. Aaron. And then wide at turn 1. I think he'll have enough of a gap there. T. Smith can, yeah, fair point. T. Smith probably could change tyres and just Max Verstappen the fastest lap. Go on, Mikey. Go on, the boy. 3 round on Jonesy. You'll love to see it. Biggles is actually bringing himself into this as well with those quick laps. There were 209 followed by a 210.5. Biggles. Oh no! Jonesy said barrier. I think that's the first one today. Right at the death. And we caught it live on FTRL YouTube. Sorry, Jonesy. Did that to yourself, mate. Go on, Mikey. So, Graham now chasing those guys down. Panda and Aaron. T. Smith is going to Max Verstappen it. So where's Duval? There's Duval. I mean, they're coming up on static, so hopefully static gets out of the way. But Pagani's had a mare somewhere. He's 2 seconds off of Duval. And nearly in the clutches of Rosé. There's T. Smith. Fresh, soft tyres, low fuel. Let's see if he can take that fastest lap away from Pagani. 3.3 seconds the gap to the lead. It's like teasing. It's just teasing these guys, you know? Like, I've pitted. Still ahead. Get wrecked. Static needs to get out of the way here. Static. Attaboy. Good lad. Don't know if he can hear me. Oh, not the best for Rosé, but he tries. I think whatever happened to Pagani, 211.1 after setting a 208.9. Not enough laps to chase down Duval. So something needs to happen to Duval for him to lose out on the second place, I think. Good for fuel, alright for tyres. As is Pagani, as is Rosé, although this stuff's looking a bit shoddy out of these guys. Showcasing his dominance and playing with the opponents. Yeah, it's like playing with your food, isn't it? T. Smith just taking the piss. SBY, clear track all around. He's going to finish in 6th, no doubt. And Andy's safe. So, 9th places to play for. Aaron on the mediums. Panda also on the mediums. So that's a straight fight between those guys. Graham has yet to catch them. Mikey up in 12th. Just one more Mikey. Beagles into 11th. Jonesy after clattering the bridge. Down in 14th. So the gap between Duval and Pagani still 2.5 seconds. There we go. First sector T. Smith, purple by a 10th. Could Rose make a podium position happen? I don't know. Again, if I know Paul Gani, if I know Pagani, he might have gotten in his head a little bit about whatever's happened to put him 2 seconds behind Duval. He has to keep it settled if he wants to hold on to that 3rd place. Fuel is down on Rosé. T. Smith still a 10th up. Looking good for that fastest lap time. Aaron still fending off Panda. Everybody else still pretty static, would be a word I would use. So here we go, down to the final corner. 208.946 to beat. What's it going to be? 4, 5, 6, 7. 208. Almost a 207. That's fucking disgusting. So T. Smith wins. Ahead of the other Tom. Duval in 2nd. Pagani manages to hold on to 3rd place, covering for Lee Cole there. Solid job from Rosé once again. 4th position. Romp in 5th. Unlucky to not be on the podium. The strategy just didn't work out for him. SBY in 6th. Andy will cross in 7th. Also looking strong at the start of the race, but the strategy just unravelled. The boys here still messing around. Oh my god, Graham almost going in the pit lane. Aaron fending off from... Oh, he didn't? Panda got him on the line. Panda gets Aaron on the line to take 9th. Graham in 11th after almost going into the pits. Mikey does come home in 12th ahead of Biggles. Derek saying you feel that the fastest lap should be rewarded again, underrated. I'm going to disagree with you on that one, Derek. Truth be told, if T. Smith has that sort of a gap at the end of a race where he can get a free pit stop, then he can just pit, take the fastest lap, and then that's that extra point. It needs to be... There needs to be a challenge there, I think. Because if T. Smith can just pit and like set a fastest lap at the death, it's an extra point. It's a cheeky extra point, isn't it? But yeah, would have been Pagani's if not for T. Smith's lead. Points for pole, yeah. But I'm biased because I was on pole yesterday. But hey ho. So there you have it. That was GT1 at St. Croix. T. Smith with a, well, dominating lead. Dominating win. But for that time, pits in to steal the fastest lap away from Pagani. Words. Duval, strong 2nd place. I'm curious if there will be a steward's inquiry into a move. Was it with him? I can't remember. I feel like there's going to be a potential report for someone. Pagani in 3rd for Lee Cole. As we said, Rosé once again in 4th. I think he's enjoying his time in FTRL so far. Rom in 5th, SBY 6th, Andy in 7th, returning Ross in 8th. Panda nips Aaron at the line to steal away 9th position. Graham in 11th, Mikey having a better than yesterday run, I feel, in 12th. Biggles in 13th, Jonesy in 14th, and Static 3 laps down in 15th. Carried on till the end. Good for him. I would have left out of sheer boredom, so fair play to him. So there you go. Another resounding win for T. Smith. Hopefully he's unavailable to race next week. Just to spice things up. I don't mean that. But yeah, domination is the order of the day again. If I quickly check the info, I do believe it is Spa next week. It is indeed. And the return of the Mazdas yet again. God, Mazdas at Spa. It's going to be long. So join us again next week. So Thursday for GT2 and GT3 at Spa in the Mazdas and the Ferraris. I assume Lee will be your host once again, and I will be your host on the Friday. I'll give everyone the last few seconds to like the stream if you haven't liked the stream yet. So yeah, what have we got left? That was the halfway point this race. So Spa, and then the new Gilles Villeneuve Canada circuit the following week. And then after that we've got Kyoto Yamagiwa reverse. That should be interesting. And then the last race at Abu Dhabi again, but I believe that will be with a little bit of a nighttime racing with all the lights on. Oh, so yeah. There we go, that's all I'm going to do for tonight. Thank you for joining me once again. Hope you enjoyed it. And everybody have a good weekend when it arrives. Goodbye.